Hi, this is Mel Gabby, and welcome to this new series, Changing Spaces Through the Lens. And over the coming weeks, I'm going to introduce you not just to landscape, travel, my camper van, sharing some of that journey with my friend, heritage, hotels, castles, but spirituality, psychology, religion, and the political systems. So I'm sort of seeing a deeper aspect of what goes on in society and how old systems of feudalism, land, and power still echo in our psychology today. And that's why your lens is so powerful. And connecting with history, psychology, spiritually, your lived experience. So this is how I sort of am threading it all together at the moment, just to give you a sort of idea of where I'm coming from. So in feudal times, in the Middle Ages, it was defined by service. Serfs worked the land, lords owned it, and freedom was nearly impossible without leaving your birth status. They could sell the land, but you'd be part of that property and you weren't allowed to leave it unless you had the agreement of the lord. After the Peasants' Revolt and Black Death, workers began to demand wages. This was radical, and the value was now tied to labour, not just obedience. The Industrial Revolution shifted this further. Housing, schools, wages became more common, but freedom still came with conditions, working hours, factory discipline, and living in crowded, polluted systems and cities. And the Chartist movement was a big part of the reformation of people's experiences and just being able to live better lives. So while the form changed, the pattern remained. Power defines the terms and the people negotiate their slice of freedom. So for voting and political freedom, only landowners initially could vote. Echo a feudal tie between land and power. Then when politicians realised wider enfranchisement meant more votes for them, the rules shifted. Freedom expanded, but also became a tool for control because people's voices were framed within systems designed by those already in power, the Lords and the House of Commons, the people who took over from the ruling of the kings of the land. That's modern politics, offering an appearance of freedom while maintaining its influence. And this is where we can bridge our experiences, because people I work with and come into contact with still operate from the serf or the servant mindset. I must prove my worth. I should be grateful for being given this chance. I can't ask for more or they'll take it away. These are not just personal insecurities, these are echoes of centuries of conditioning where worth was tied to service, not intrinsic value. When someone hesitates to raise prices to rest or claim abundance, they often unconsciously are replaying this part of history. Through the spiritual lens, Catholicism, freedom came through obedience to the church. Through Protestant, I've got this wrong. Protestantism. Freedom comes from individual responsibility, but still within a moral hierarchy. Esoteric folk wisdom, freedom comes from the connection with land, nature, spirit, and not mediated by institutions. The New Age Eastern traditions, freedom comes from self realization, but sometimes repackaged as another product to buy. So there's a thread running through all of these. Who holds the power to define the value? So when we talk about rest and freedom, we're not just talking about time off or self-care. We're talking about breaking patterns that go back centuries, from serfs serving their lords to workers bound in factories, to citizens told how to vote, to clients today still feeling they must prove their worth. True rest, true freedom is when you know your worth without needing anyone else to grant it for you. It's when you're rest, not just because you've earned it, but because you exist, because you are human, because you are sacred. And maybe that's a journey we're all still on, moving from being servants of systems to becoming creators of our own lives. And this is a lot of what I help people in groups and one-to-one figure out. So thank you for listening. There'll be another longer session from feudalism to freedom, and I hope you enjoy.